Hi, I'm Bill Donohue, President of the Catholic League. Mike McDonald here, joining me, Director of Communications. Today, I want to talk about the Democratic Party. There are some big fissures going on. They're fighting within themselves. It's not unusual, but except this time you have even the people, Democratic Socialists, are fighting within each other. Never mind them fighting with the Democrat Party mainstream. But there are some of them have really become very loopy. I mean, quite frankly, I can't recognize these people. They certainly don't have nothing to do with the Democratic Party of the stalwarts that I knew growing up as a kid. They've really gone off the reservation. So we've chosen two guys, Abdul Saeed. He's from Michigan. He wants to be the next senator out there. And then we have James Talarico. He wants to be the next senator in Texas. They both have gone off the cliff. Saeed, for example, says that he wants to get rid of the prisons and get rid of the police. Well, what are you going to do with the mass murderers? What are you going to do with the child rapist?
You're going to let him out. Like,
you got to let him out. He didn't qualify it. He didn't qualify it at all. This man's an epidemiologist. I mean, you have to wonder, are they really functioning upstairs? Let everybody out of prison. But if you're going to let them out of prison, let them go into his neighborhood. Put them in buses, bring them to his neighborhood, and let them out there. Let's see how he wants to treat his patients once he goes there.
Yeah. And he's also against anything resembling border control. He hates ICE.
Yes.
And any sort of defense of...
Abolish. He doesn't want to reform them, he said.
Not even defund. He just wants to completely get rid of them, excise them from the system entirely. And...
but he doesn't want to get rid of the people breaking into the country, though.
They're okay. They seem to be okay.
He's against the guys who are arresting the people who are coming into the country illegally. He's not against the people coming into the country illegally.
Yeah. And then you have another good point, Bill. He recently said that Hamas is evil. Okay. Broken clocks are wrong, are right twice a day. But he then went on to say Israel, also evil. And I know there's a lot of contentious issues there, but to compare the two of them, you just the other day read off some of the brutal things that Hamas did on October 7th. That's pretty bad. To create that moral equivalency, though, I
think it's gone beyond moral equivalency, because in this particular case here, you have a clear-cut example of barbarians who came in and murdered and raped women and children, totally innocent, okay, not combatants. So that has to be evil, and he's right about that. They're evil. But why would you call evil the people then who are trying to deter them? That's really taking the side of the terrorists. Let's face it. He's trying to cover himself by saying, the people going against the terrorists are just as bad as the terrorists. Well, no. If somebody breaks into my house and I kill him, for example, am I the same as the person who broke into my house with the intent to kill me, if that's what it is? Self-defense is not exactly the same as the person who's trying to take you out. So that doesn't work either.
Yeah. Well, it's like we were talking earlier this morning on a completely different subject, but clarity, right? You love clarity.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. This is just muddying the waters so that he can say things that are
try to cover yourself.
Terrorism, but cover himself.
He's on the side of the terrorists.
Yeah, but let's give a little bit of love to our dear friend down in Texas, Talarico.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about him a number of times.
Wow. This guy says, I'm a Christian, but I hate Christianity. Can you imagine a Muslim saying, I'm a Muslim, but I hate Islam? You know, only a Christian would say that. I mean, Jews would be smarter too. But it's always some left-wing Christian nut who comes out and says that. And he also says that he fawns over the Muslims too. And he likes to say that his religion, Christianity, is the most violent religion in the history of the world. Does he know anything about Islam? Does he know anything about the Crusades, why they were started? Does he know what's going on in the Muslim-run countries today? Does he know something about Sharia law?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at any world religion. There's a lot of violence out there.
Sure.
Christianity is probably one of the least violent. But also, he's against putting the Ten Commandments in schools because he's pro-Christian.
He's not pro-Christian at all. He wants to subvert Christianity. The man's a liar. You can imagine a Muslim saying, I'm against the display of the Quran in a public library because it's un-Islamic. He said it's un-Christian to put the Ten Commandments in there. No, he's against Western civilization, and so is the other nutcase from Michigan, El Said.
I'm not good at the names, Bill, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It'd be a lot easier if he just had a name like James Talarico, maybe. But both of these guys want to become senators. And Talarico, I don't see how he can win in Texas, but In Michigan is changing, so you have to keep your eyes on him. But the biggest story here is the Democratic Party. What the hell is wrong with the Democratic Party that these guys are actually have more in common with the people in the asylum than they do with the mainstream Democratic Party as we once knew it. Something wrong with these boys. Thank you.